Yo, guys, what's going on? It's Got Talks Football, and I'm back again with another video. Today, we are going to be talking about none other than the top six, and we're going to be talking about Arsenal going 8 points clear, Tottenham and Antonio Conte talking about their ambition. Did he not know what he was getting himself into when he got the job? Also, Manchester United are in the semifinals and going to Wembley again in the FA Cup. Haaland scored a hat trick. Chelsea drew. It's going to be an interesting one. But yo, guys, what's going on? How's everyone doing? We got the boys in the house. We also got Fatur in the building. We got Omar Dizzy repping Man United, Alan in the house repping Spurs, Ram repping Liverpool. Even though they didn't play, there's a lot to talk about. They're making headlines today with Jude Bellingham not potentially joining them anymore. And Fatur is in the building. Bro, you got the points, but but it was a poor capitulation at the end. And then yeah, Man City is also in the building, so we're gonna have Hamza joining us hopefully, but Qasim's also in the building, so we got two people repping Chelsea today. But yeah, people in the chat, as you guys come through, continue to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. But I think there's only one place to start. Alan, am I wrong? Is there only one place to start with Antonio Conte absolutely losing his mind? The two Chelsea guys will tell you this is what he does. Alan, take it away. What do you got to say about Antonio Conte and Tottenham at this moment and time?
So like the news just breaking a little while ago is the fact that he's going to be sacked this week, and I'm all for it. He's done what he did at Chelsea. And that he's completely not capitulated a bit. He's acting out, saying things. I mean, he's clarified to the board that he did say about them. It was only about the players, but the players are playing for you. What kind of absolute numpty is he to think that he's going to get a good reaction from them after putting them down like that? Now, don't get me wrong. Some of the players are bad, and he was right to call. He won't right to call them out because they're not going to play for him. So he's just going to cost himself a job, which he wants to do. But he's basically not calling out the right people. He should be calling out the board as well, but he didn't do that. He according to him, only called out the players. It makes no sense. And some Spurs fans are like, "Oh, okay, well, you got to keep him at Spurs and all that." No, he's not going to stay at Spurs. You're not going to be able to. The owners aren't going to go to him. Okay, Conte, you're right. We'll walk. And then all the players be like, "Yeah, you're right, Conte. You walk," and leave him there at the club. He's going to be the one that loses his job, which he wants. At the end of the day, his tactics have been absolutely shocking for some time. The way he sets out the team, negativity, the way the players have been reacting in, week out shows that they're just not playing for him anymore. It is literally it's time to go. I've been calling it since October. I said that, at the beginning, I said that he, was a great appointment and he'd do good things for us, and he was doing good things for us. But then as soon as I saw it not sustainable, I was, nope, he's got to go. And I've been Conte out for 5 months now, and I haven't changed since, because this is what football fans and people on here don't understand. You can change your things based on new evidence. So at the beginning, he got the best out of people playing like the attacking football, which got us the goals, which got us the top four. You then have the team, and you go, okay, fair enough. Now you've got the squad because you buy in the summer. Now, don't get me wrong, there are some Spurs fans that claim we'd win the title, not me. There are some Spurs fans that said my expectation was, you've got top four, you've got Conte, you've got the better squad now. You wanted a better squad and you brought the people to improve the squad. Now you got to go for third and trophy. That was my expectation. Hasn't happened, and it's been even worse than last season. So he's got to go. But some Spurs fans won't blame Conte at all, saying he's done nothing wrong. He's done stuff wrong in regards to the way he's managed games. No way we should have gone out to Nottingham Forest the way we did in the League Cup, chasing the game, and you take Harry Kane off and bring on a defender. Same again with Sheffield United, the poor mismanagement of that. And then obviously, although we're down to 10 men against AC Milan in the second leg, you're chasing the goal to stay in the Champions League, and you take off Kulusevski and put on Davinson Sanchez. The way we've set out for games and how bad we've been in certain games where we've lost 4-1 to Leicester. Early on in the season, we were getting points and getting results, but we were having to come from 2 goals down against Bournemouth, against Brentford. It's been an ongoing thing. And it's got to the point now where I think some players are like, this isn't sustainable, this isn't a thing like that. But they're the same type of players that I want out as well. The people that ain't got that ain't good enough to be out of the team as well. So you've called out players, but rather than call out the specific players by name, you've basically branched the whole of the squad like it, and quite clear there are players there that don't have that attitude, want to get on, want to progress, and everything like that. And you just made yourself, you've made yourself look like a hypocrite in that interview as well for what you've said and what you've done. And yeah, he's only got himself to blame. He's going to end up going.
Let me stop you there, Alan. The game itself, that
was
in,
awful.
that in
Absolutely
itself,
shocking.
he deserves to call the players out. But when it comes to him getting sacked, I don't know if you guys are going to sack him. Because the money that he's supposed to be earning off the back of getting sacked before the end of the season, I just feel like your owners are going to keep him until the end of the season. Does anyone agree with me?
Our owners are money motivated. So the amount it's going to cost to get rid of him, 15 million. The amount they're going to lose out for revenue of the top four, because like the players are going to down tools now. There's no way the top players are going to go after all that when there's loads of reports coming out the players don't want to play for him anymore and like they want him gone. They're not also all of a sudden going to go, well, you basically talk to us like a piece of shit through the media. Let's give you 100%. It's not going to happen. So our owners are going to be like that. Either we suffer 15 million for Conte, or we lose possible 50 million through Champions League next season. They're going to go. They're going to follow the money because that's what our owners do. But in regards to the performance, again, 3-1 up against Southampton. You, Conte, a so-called elite manager, should be managing that a lot better than what you did. And he was the one who's sitting back behind the ball, quite clearly going, "Okay, we'll shut up shop." No, the way you were playing, you had Southampton ripped apart. You didn't sit him back, and then again, all you do is the same old tactics. I'll take a right wing back off or a left wing back off for another left wing back, and like. It's so predictable. The subs, more often than not, I can sit there and watch a game and go, he's going to make this sub, this sub, this sub. And 90% of it, I'm correct because it's just so predictable what he does. And I've just got to the point where it's bored of it. You can see the way we're sounding negative, you're basically stopping our attackers from getting up the pitch and playing the way we were last season. And it's just had a negative effect across the board. Now, don't get me wrong. People are going to say, oh, you got to blame the players. Yeah, I blame some of the players as well. Some of the players aren't good enough. I'll blame the owners for the way they buy players over managers, like, for the club. But you should let the manager have full reign on who he wants to build in the team for his system. So they're all to blame across the board. But some Spurs fans are like, no, I can only blame the board. I can only blame Conte. I can only blame certain players I dislike. No, they're all culpable. And it's just got to the point now where it's untenable after what he'd done. Of course, he was going to get sacked. And yeah, he's going to get sacked this week. There's no two ways about it. But Spurs should use this. I'm going to be more annoyed if we sack him just for Ryan Mason to be in there for the last 10 games. You're going to sack Conte. What you should do now is get the manager you want to replace him and get him in as soon as possible. So you have the rest of the season to implement his ideas with the players he's got. So then he can assess and build a team and go in the summer. Okay, I want these 3 players from these 3 positions or something like that. So that you go into the summer transfer window and next season on the front foot, rather than doing what Spurs are going to do, probably stick Ryan Mason there, get to the summer, take a long ass time to sort it out, and then it gets to the point where we get signings over the book and we have a really bad start to next season. It's just
let me just stop you there. Omar Dizzy, jump in. What are you saying? You think Spurs are going to sack him before I go to the rest of the panel? Because I know the Chelsea guys have been calling for him to not even go to Spurs in the first place. Bro, what are you saying?
But first of all, I want to say this. He did you covered a lot, and I don't think we really truly got to enjoy the madness that was that interview. That was some prime time television. This was like Jose's football heritage moment for United. This was I was watching this interview. I was like, I cannot believe he's saying the things that he's saying whilst under contract. But then I think back, when wasn't it last year that Conte? I think you had a poor run of games, and essentially he was like, he was like, well, if they want to sack me, then that's fine, but we're gonna have to have a discussion or something along those lines, right? That was like sometime last year. So realistically, this has been on Conte's books for a while. He hasn't really looked happy at Tottenham for a little while now. I think the worst thing that Tottenham could do would be to hold on to him any longer than necessary. He doesn't want to be here. The players don't really look like they fit his style of play or they really like his ideas. So why would you wait until the summer? It doesn't make any sense.
There's reports actually from the Telegraph that Tottenham to part ways with Antonio Conte. So it's not done, but it's going to happen, right?
It has to.
It has to. Okay, Ram, what are you saying?
I find all this hilarious, man. It's one of those situations where you're like, Conte has a knack of doing this, you know. Conte, whenever things go really well, it goes really well. Like Chelsea in his first season, they won the league. They got to the FA Cup final, and subsequently lost against Arsenal in the end. But when things go badly, they go badly. Like it goes from 0 to 100, and Conte has a knack of doing this a lot. He starts to get a bit irritable in press conferences, starts to blame a lot of people, put people under the bus. And rightly so, some of the stuff that he said was correct. We all know how bad the owners are within Tottenham, and we know how bad some of the players have been, especially with their so-called mentality that some of these players have. But one thing I don't like it when it comes to a manager is like lack of self-awareness, and he is one of the reasons why they're in the first place. He is also a big factor, and a lot of them places that he's been to, he's ruined clubs at the same time. Like after him winning the league with Chelsea, they haven't won the league since. After going to Inter Milan, they're now in a little bit of a rut. The only time he hasn't done that is Juventus, but Juventus were already had a self-built squad. They had Vidal, they had Marquisio, they had Pirlo, they had Pogba, they had Tevez, they had Llorente, they had Morata when he was young, and he's actually quite good. Chiellini, Bonucci, do I need to say any more? Buffon. They already had vets over there. Everywhere else where he's been, he ruins the club. And Tottenham, he's going to do the exact same thing. And what I don't like about him is a bit like a bully, you know. He starts to blame everybody else and doesn't take any accountability in that. And as a rival, I'm loving this. And to be fair to Tottenham, top four should be secured already. Top four should be how it is now. The only reason why people like us and Brighton and even who else is in the race, I can't even think. Newcastle are in the race because Tottenham's been poor. Realistically, it should be how it is. It should be Arsenal and City going for the title, United sort of in the middle of things, and Tottenham just strolling along to secure that top four place. The only reason why it's a race for top four and why Liverpool have such an outside chance, even though we don't deserve it at any point this season, is because of Tottenham.
Do you know what? I'm going to say it right here, right now. I don't want Champions League football this season. I don't want to get fourth because our fan base has got into the mindset that fourth is a trophy. Fourth is not a trophy. In regards to that, I don't even want European football. I want the owners to suffer just as much because if we get European football, they see that success. They say every end of year thing, they basically say, oh, another year in European football, what a success. It's not a success. How is that European football a success when you're not winning anything to get it and you're not going on to win that trophy as well? It's not a success. It's you getting more money and like stuff like that. Now, we're meant to be a very self-efficient, stabilised thing because of the amount of money that stadium brings in and all that. I don't want European football because Spurs fans will go, if we get Champions League football, see, it weren't a bad season. You've come fourth. You've gone out of every cup. We're looking for cups. You've gone out of every single trophy and you've looked piss poor doing it. And I don't want to scrape top four and be absolutely poor. And for it's more a full sense of security going into next season. It's absolutely ridiculous. I just don't want it anymore. I would rather the owners go, oh shit, we actually need to build a proper squad. And that's the thing. And even if we do, suppose we get to next season, Conte's gone and Kane does leave and all that. For me, and I said it to Arsenal fans, I'm not going to like last season or the 2 seasons you finished 8th. For me, that wasn't accessible for Arsenal. If Spurs do lose Conte, well, we're going to lose Conte. If we do lose Kane in the summer and everything like that, and we have to rebuild and all that, 8th place for Spurs is not acceptable. We finish higher. Anything, if we do 8th, then for me, that's not acceptable. I'm not having a dig. I'm just saying, I've said the same about you done 2 seasons. I'm not then going to go, because we're in a rebuild, 8th is acceptable for Spurs. No, I'm going to keep the same level going forward.
So everyone agrees that Conte is going to get sacked, but everyone in the comment section, give me candidates that you think Tottenham could actually bring in, because I don't think Luis Enrique and those kind of guys, even the caliber that they should be going for. They should maybe be going for someone similar to a Poch that they can build with. But let's go to we'll go to Fatur, then we'll go to Qasim last on this one. Fatur, what are you saying? Antonio Conte leaving Spurs. Are you surprised?
Not really that surprised, and I couldn't agree more with Alan. And I feel like the direction and the upstairs vision is a problem as well, because I feel like Daniel Levy hired Jose and Conte to keep their team on side, but that's all what it was, like no strategic plan for the football team. And like Alan said, he I think Daniel Levy just used Tottenham to build a commercial empire, the F1, the Beyonce concert, the NFL, the boxing match. It's like the problem with Conte is that he was never committed, but I just feel that is inevitable. But I do believe that the next manager will get better with this kind of squad. And with the interview itself, I think he's been honest in that sense. But yeah, it is kind of peak though if you're in the owner's position right now.
How much better do you think they get with a different manager?
It's not about that. It's they have a direction. At this moment in time, Tottenham don't have a direction.
Mm.
I'll be honest.
I'll say this. I'll say blow up the squad completely and then rebuild.
I agree.
I agree. They need to get rid of everyone.
If it was another manager instead of Conte this season, with the attacking players we've got and all that, for me, we'd be comfortably third in this table. We'd be past United. That's my honest opinion. And I'll tell you for why. There's been so many games. There's been no, absolutely not. There've been games where we should have won comfortably and we barely got a point or end up losing because of negative tactics and the way, like, even at just the poor substitutions, reacting late to substitutions. He said last season he didn't make subs until the end, or like he don't think he could have because the squad wasn't big enough, or the squad wasn't in depth. You got the players apart from Jed Spence, which weren't his. Everyone else he never moaned about. So that means you got pretty much the majority of the squad you wanted to be able to make changes and rest players. But no, we've started going so poorly. Tax has been that negative. We've been back, and then we've had to have these players. Kane and Son look exhausted. I'm not going to lie. In recent games, they look exhausted. That pre-season plus having to play 90 minutes of full throttle, like trying to get back into games and expend energy because you started games so bad, they look absolutely knackered. And that's the thing. He still plays them because he won't rest and rotate. Danjuma came in to be what, a spare part?
I forgot he's even in
your team. I'll be real. I
forgot he's even in your team.
Exactly.
Without getting Son, you'd be 14 right now. You'd be 14.
No, Son has been useless this season.
He's a decent asset to have coming off the bench. His pace and his directness is decent. I don't know why you don't use him.
But Conte won't do it because apparently it weren't he signing. But Conte, this is where his stubbornness comes back to bite him because isn't your thing, but you're playing the same players that look like they're out on their feet and they're playing your way and playing negative football, and you can see it in every game we play now. I literally watch a game for Spurs and I just don't get anything that happens. I'm like, okay, I'm expecting.
It doesn't help.
I see that with that second season.
But it doesn't help Tottenham that they're in the Big Six when they haven't actually achieved anything to be in there. That's the reality.
The Big Six is based on history, longevity, money, and trophies. Now, trophies were not as consistent.
Technically, Everton should be in there before you ask.
No, Everton should be in there after. I think we've got more money. We're bigger. We've been in the top league more. We've got better history. The only thing they haven't got, Everton. Well, actually, no, we've got everything over them. They were in the league just the same as Man we are. So the whole Everton thing.
The whole Big Six started off because of Sky. Sky started it off because I think it was around 2016-17. At the time, the Premier League had the best managers in the world at that moment. Pep at Man City, Klopp at Liverpool, Arsene at Arsenal, Poch at Tottenham, and Conte at Chelsea. And who's the other team?
Jose at United.
Jose at United.
United, yeah.
That's why the Big Six started, because those 6 teams had arguably the best managers in the world. That's where it all started. It's not about history. It's not about trophies. It's a whole ploy by Sky to get people to watch the Premier League. And it's done well because, to be fair, it's worked. Yeah.
Let's go to the goal quick. 1 second. Let's go to the GOAT quick. Qasim, what are you saying, bro? Hussein, also Ramadan Mubarak. Yes, Ramadan is this week, ladies and gentlemen. Wish everyone and their families a blessed month, the holy month of Ramadan. And during the month of Ramadan, I definitely will be doing a Ramadan stream, maybe here or there. I did one last year where I did a combined 11 of Muslim players. I'll do that again this year. But yeah, it'll be fun. But yo, what are you saying? What are you saying, Qasim? You predicted this. First stream, he said, yo, Conte's going to fail.
Top manager, wrong club, my guy. I know I know Alan is not going to like that, but I'm sorry, mate. I have to keep it 100. Listen, Conte didn't say anything wrong, in my opinion. Maybe the timing, maybe the way he said it. You may disagree, but I don't think he said anything wrong, my guy. You got to look at Tottenham. Owner, expectation, new stadium. You want to compete with the big boys, and it's nothing against Alan. I'm just saying how it is, right? And obviously, it's no funding much. They want to compete with the big boys, but the reality is they don't. It's no foundation there, if you know what I mean. They wanted to get a top manager. They got Mourinho, failed. Conte. I think Conte is the top manager. But that's why you're gonna get with Conte. It's just a difficult situation because I don't want to upset Alan, my guy. So I'm trying to keep it right in the middle.
He agrees with you.
Huh? You're not gonna upset me.
He agrees with you.
I agree with you.
I'm glad you're aware of it, my guy. So that's why you're gonna get with Conte. We had it with Conte, obviously. I mean, Chelsea is richer than Tottenham, and he's still done it when the second year, you know, and that's why you get it with Conte. But again, Alan, I said that to you before, and I will say it again. The expectation from Tottenham community is high, and that is the issue.
This we can all agree.
Yeah,
expectations for Tottenham is a little unrealistic.
And to be fair, last year. Sorry, is anyone talking?
No, he asked you why is it high.
No, all of you. Why is it high? Spurs fans want to win trophies, and apart from one Spurs fan, what you said about winning the Premier League, or Champions League, the one Spurs fan. Most Spurs fans say they want to win a trophy. That would be League Cup or FA Cup. Where are we above expectation or thinking
that's a solid expectation in my opinion.
There you go.
But I think we can sum up this way. Yeah, you can be a world-class manager, but if you still fail abysmally, and if your ego doesn't allow you to adapt when your tactics not working, that is Conte's problem this season with Tottenham.
No, 1 second, Qasim. You said Spurs fans have.
No. I mean to anything. I don't think League Cup and FA Cup is high, isn't it? I'm talking about Champions League semis and all the way to the final. Talking about challenging for the league, and I think they spent a lot of money in building a new stadium, and it's a very nice stadium. Don't get me wrong, it is a very nice stadium. But obviously, I think they've been promised new stadium. We're going to challenge players, this and that, and that it gave me the impression they probably go more for the league. So when I'm saying challenging, I'm into the league, right? I'm not talking about FA Cup. So that's what I'm thinking. So I think, listen, you've been a bit Tottenham fans has been too harsh on Conte as well, because Conte came last year. We were 10th. I'll tell you now. You were 10th in the table. He got you top 4 last year when no one was stinking the place, my guy, right? And this year he's still in top 4. And I think, in my humble opinion, my guy, top 4 that's a hell of a achievement. I mean, we 10th in the table, are we? Liverpool.
But it's not a trophy. That's what they said. That's what Alan said.
I mean,
you know what?
Big club. You know, I think United will take top 4 over FA Cup.
No,
if you had a choice between, you already have the League Cup, could you win the FA Cup, finish 5th?
If you have the trophy, if
finish 4th,
top 4 and League Cup. All right. You Igal, if I give you the choice between League Cup and top 4, what would you do?
Honestly, I would take the top 4.
Here we go. That's my point.
If I finish 5th and no Champions League football next year, everyone here, be honest. If your club finishes 5th and you win the League Cup, or you finish 4th with no trophy, what would you rather have?
I think that's not the right question, Igal, because each one of us is going to have a different opinion. So to me,
but I need to know what everyone thinks.
Okay.
I'm going. I want the cup.
You finished 5th with the cup.
People remember cups. People don't remember who finished 4th.
So sorry, what team do you support, my guy?
Man United.
Right. No, but he said League Cup, not FA Cup. FA Cup, I'd rather have FA Cup over top 4.
Oh, did you say the League Cup?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. My apologies. No. I want top 4 over League Cup any day.
Yeah.
100%.
I'd rather have the FA Cup over top 4, but the League Cup I've just viewed as a little bit lesser, to be honest. What about you, Fatur?
I'll take top 4 all day over League Cup.
Ram?
100%.
I agree.
Mm.
All right, what you saying?
For
Alan?
me,
Yeah.
what I know, I don't want Champions League. I'll take a trophy any day. Any trophy over 4. What? So hold on. So here's what it's saying.
No, I agree
You
with
can-
you. In your situation, yes.
So hold on, no. So let's just say, okay, so you're happy to finish 4th or 3rd to get into a European trophy and win nothing, but rather than silverware, so you would pass up silverware no matter what silverware it is to get European football, because you're going at League Cup, the lowest one. But let's just say, okay, Champions League or top 4, which one would you rather? Rather win a trophy?
No-brainer. Yeah.
FA Cup, you'd rather win the FA Cup than finish 4th. If
Yep.
you don't, then that's fine. But the idea of football is to win trophies.
Yep.
It's as simple as that. And I'm not again.
Yeah, but to some Alan, to some owners, not. They're ultimately in the end right now, it's the business, isn't it?
You talk for a while, my friend. Yeah. This whole top 4 as a trophy came under Arsenal when basically Arsene Wenger was getting top 4 time and time again, and it was a thing. It's not a dig. It did happen. Now Spurs fans have got into that same mindset, and I said the same when it was Arsenal. That's not a trophy. I'm going to say the same again with Spurs. It's not a trophy. It's been made to think that because the things were changed from having to win the league to being the top competition to now 4th. It's all about the money, and people go,
Yeah, blame Arsenal, man. Blame Arsenal.
No. You know what it is? I think it varies from person to from team to team what top 4 means to them, if you get what I'm saying. So, for example, in Tottenham's position, where they've been getting top 4 consistently for X amount of years, another top 4 means nothing. For Liverpool, for example, who are coming off of the back of winning a lot, top 4 doesn't mean very much. For Arsenal, if you went in the title challenge this year, being in top 4 would mean a lot because it means a sign of progression. So I guess depending on where your team is at, that's what changes.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, the question is the beginning for me.
You know what, guys? 1 second. We're just gonna shift the gears quickly. But before we do that, I'm just gonna say, Mateus is funny. He's like, Iga asking Alan that question is like asking a guy who's dehydrated if he wants water. Of course, Alan is gonna say he wants the trophies over top 4. But big up Mateus. Really do appreciate the super chat.
Here's the thing. When Arsenal were just getting top 4, you went 5 or 6 seasons without a trophy. Then you won the FA Cup with Arsene Wenger. But you had those seasons of always getting trapped. There was loads of Arsenal fans who were like, "I'm fed up with getting top 4. We want trophies." So Arsenal fans back then were saying the same thing that I'm saying now. Now all of a sudden, because you've had the trophy recently under Arteta and stuff like that, now all of a sudden it's not a thing. But your Arsenal fan base was crying out for trophies when you were only getting top 4. In regards, I can't remember what I was going to say. I was going to say something else. It was going to be got your question to somebody. I can't recall. I'm getting too old.
Don't worry, bro. Don't worry. We gotta move on. Anyways, we're gonna move on to the Arsenal game now, guys. Arsenal won. Qasim, we keep doing it. Omar Dizzy, I don't know your take on Arsenal. What's going on? What you guys think about Arsenal? But guys, Arsenal are 8 points clear of Manchester City. Yes, because Man City played in the league when they weren't playing in the league this weekend. But we did our business. I was there. We beat Crystal Palace 4-1, and bukayo saka brace. Martinelli getting a goal.
Hey, I told you, but I said it to you, bro. Bukayo Saka, one of the best players in Europe. I said it to you, my guy.
Why you start stepping on Arsenal?
I said it. Bukayo Saka is one of the best players in Europe. Now, him and that Vinicius Junior from Real Madrid, these two right now, I think the best players in Europe. I'm not going to lie to you.
Well,
Bukayo Saka is the best player in Europe. I don't know if a lot of people.
He's one of the best players in Europe. Yeah.
No, he's not even the best winger in Europe. Let's be real. Yeah.
Why you start stepping on Arsenal though? Why?
I don't know. He just bugged out. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know.
How old is Bukayo Saka?
21.
21.
All right. He said it all, go. He said it all, my guy. 21 years old, cooking in the Premier League, man. Come on.
Yeah, but he's still not the best winger in the world, isn't it?
You can respect somebody and say they're really good without blowing their ass to the moon to do it, bro. You don't have to do both of those things. You can just say he's playing really well. He's having a really good season. He's in the form of his life. But you ain't gonna say that he's the best in the world. Because if you say
I never said the best in the world. I said he's one of the best players in Europe.
But if it's in Europe, then that means the world because the best leagues are in Europe.
And he's cooking in the best league in the world.
So you're saying he's one of the best in the world then?
No. Did you agree he's cooking? Do you agree he's cooking in the best league in the world?
I agree. He's having a very.
Here we go. He's one of the best players in Europe. Then that's my point.
That's the. two things can exist at the same time. I don't think we gotta go there with it. But hey, that's just me.
He's
Maybe
not
I'm
world.
Arsenal.
Yeah, that's the
Listen,
thing, man.
just before we get into is Bukayo Saka world class? Is he not world class? You guys in the comment section, let me know if you think Bukayo Saka is world class or not. We'll go based off what you guys think. People saying Harry Kane was Spurs trophy. I don't know about that.
Harry
I don't
Kane's
know about
first trophy. He was product of youth, so we didn't sign him. Congratulations.
He, by the way, guys, Bukayo Saka this season has 22 goal contributions. He's absolutely flying. I get the comparisons, and you know what? If Carlo Ancelotti can call what's his name, Vinicius Jr. one of the best in the world, why can't you call Bukayo Saka one of the best in the world? He's performing on the same level statistically almost in the league. Maybe not in the Champions League because we're not in there yet. But once we get there, we can talk about that. I'm just going to get back to the game. We are showing a level of consistency that no one can say no more. This is just a fluke. Arsenal are the real deal. We've been saying it all year. We've been doing it all year. We beat Crystal Palace comfortable. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I walked into the Emirates, and that was the most comfortable game of football I have ever watched in my life. We just went there. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Take the 3 points, get 4 goals, witness a great performance. See Granit Xhaka have a turnaround game. Rob Holding come on for William Saliba and look outstanding. Gabriel Magalhaes solid from the back. You had Olise and Wilfried Zaha on both wings, and Zinchenko and Ben White kept them both in check. The midfield just absolutely dominated Crystal Palace's midfield, and the clinicalness from Martinelli after missing the penalty midweek against Sporting. Bukayo Saka bagging a brace, and he could have even had a hat trick if they gave us a penalty. You had players coming off the bench like Kieran Tierney, who hasn't played much minutes as of late, and he got an assist. Jesus came off the bench, did his thing. Trossard got another assist. And at this moment in time, we are just playing such good football that you have to be lying to yourself if you think this is a fluke. You have to be lying to yourself if you don't think we're just going to continue to get better. You can question if we're going to win the league because we're going up against Manchester City. But at this point, it's a race, and we're leading it, and they have to come and catch us. We're the favorites. We're the ones that are in the driving seat. Manchester City have to catch us. If Liverpool do us a favor in the next game, little do we know, it could be 10 points. It could be 12 points in the following week. And at that point,
that's if you have to win.
The league could be wrapped up in a couple weeks' time before we even get to the game at the Etihad.
You get
too excited.
You get too excited now.
How am I getting too excited? I literally have named
all these.
Have I said anything that's not
City have
correct?
To drop points, and you have to win at the same time.
Okay,
man.
I get the whole drop point stuff, but the fact is, guys, what we are witnessing on a week-to-week basis is a level of consistency that only Liverpool and Man City have done, and it's coming from one of the youngest teams in world football, in Arsenal. I know you guys like to banter Arsenal a lot, but really and truly, you have to look at what's happening and say, you know what, credit to them. They lost to Sporting. They bounced back immediately against.
Let me just say this. What's it called?
6 on the bounce after we lost to Man City.
Anybody with eyes from November onwards, if you're being intellectually honest with yourself, you can see that this Arsenal team was going to be a problem. They've been playing well for the whole season. Didn't they go up until they played United? I think that was like game week 14, 15, 13 maybe. They hadn't lost the game. They had won all of them. No draws.
I think that was 17 as well.
17, yeah, this is what I'm saying. So realistically, bro, anybody with eyes could see that this Arsenal team is a problem. And if they win the league, it's on their own merit. It's not because everybody else has been poor or none of that. Because realistically, the league isn't won and lost against the top 6 teams. The league is won and lost against the smaller teams, the tricky ones, the Crystal Palaces, the Leicesters, the Brightons, the Brentfords. That's where you win and lose leagues. And Arsenal have made them look like light work every single time they run into them. So respect to him. I hate it, but respect to him. But that monologue almost made me throw up.
1 second. Big up to Mateos for the super chat once again, my guy, making the stream for us already. The guy said to the United fans comparing Bukayo Saka to Dan James once upon a time, will not see what the pure gates of heaven. Saka is on the cusp of world-class status.
Let me just respond to that really quick, Mateus. You Arsenal fans also tried to compare Iwobi to Rashford. So let's have some sense of perspective. Carry on.
Look, as on the Saka thing, right?
He's one of the best right wingers in the world football, no debate. The best in the league
at this
right now.
moment.
Let's say I didn't say the world. I said in Europe. I'm gonna be clear because I know
But
people.
if you're gonna say Europe, it's got to be the world then.
Love to kill me, so I'm saying in Europe.
But
Okay,
if you say Europe, then it's the world then.
Or is it the world then? If it's in Europe, then what is the world then?
Okay, how about this? I will take it as far to say the partnership of Martinelli and Bukayo Saka are one of the best wing partnerships at this moment in time.
What's the difference between Saka and the kid from Napoli?
Who? KV? What's his name?
That's the one.
Kvaratskhelia.
Yeah, I know what you are. But I said one off. I said one off. No, I didn't say Saka as a best player. I said one off. Yeah.
One off. Okay,
So
I can respect one off.
That's what I said.
I can respect one
For
off.
me, the reason why I wouldn't put Saka world class at this moment is because he's only come to the Borough right now. If he does it next season,
for years.
Oh, don't give me years.
No,
That's a bit hyperbolic.
No, he's been performing at this level. He might not have had the statistics, but he's been performing at this level since he's come in. Even from left back, he had 12 assists in all comps.
No, are we going to really do from 2018-19 or 19-20 when he first started that he's been performing at this level? No, he has not, Egal. He hasn't.
He has been the best player at Arsenal the whole time. He has been in.
Yeah, and during those times when he was at Arsenal,
than him.
I get that, but he was playing. It was Arsenal's best player when you were finishing 8th. The difference is now he's the best player for Arsenal when you're finishing 1st at this moment. He needs to do this another season for me to call him world class. You can't just say after one season, one elite season, that this guy is world class. You can't.
Yeah,
Kevin De Bruyne had to earn his stripes before he was called world class. So did Aguero when he first moved to Athletic, but then again he gained a reputation at Athletic.
How about this? Let's just do a poll. Everyone in the chat, let me know if you think Bukayo Saka is world class. Personally, I think he's world class. I don't know about you guys. Anyone else putting their hand up?
Wait. So in regards to Saka, he's performing at a world class level.
He's performing. I agree with Alan. I agree with Alan.
Performing at a world class level. Yes.
World class. Players can have this moment where they perform to a higher level and then they can flop. Let's be honest, he's doing really well. I'm not doing that, right? And this is just me like comparing to somebody. When Dele Alli burst on the scene for Spurs, some people like Spurs fans start saying he's world class. No, he was playing He was playing really well. First 50 goals before Lampard's goals and all that. Gerrard, all that, and then look at that. He had 2 great seasons, and look where he is now in the gutter. That can happen in football.
No. I think Saka's different. No. Let me come in.
Listen, don't jump in. I'm not saying that Dele Alli was clear of anything like that. Don't get all caught up in that. I'm using it as a comparison. People at a young age can do well, but then fall off. And if they fall off, then you go, oh, they're not quite world class. That's why I was like, when Spurs fans were going, Dele Alli's world class, I wouldn't give him that. He was playing to a world class level. But quite clearly, he's like nobody. He can't even get best success now. He's put on the bench, and he's not allowed. He's got to sit in the stands because he's got poor attitude. I will say this with Arsenal: last season, when you had to play the games to win, you fell short. This time, when you're playing these games that you have to win, you're doing it and doing it in style. Now you've got basically Liverpool away, which is going to be tough. I know they're struggling, but you can see they can turn it on. Chelsea at home, normally you beat them at home. So, I still think that would be a tough game because Potter does perform well against you guys. You've also got, Man City away. Brighton's not going to be pushover. So you've got tough games. They're the games where you're going to be judged. And when it gets to those last 6 games and you've got them big games back-to-back, or the thing, if you get put over them, the title's all yours. And I've said for a while, I've come to accept that you're probably going to win this title as much as I hate it because of the way you're performing. But those are the crucial games. But if you get to it, if you get to that point and you get over the line, then you've earned the title. You can't say nobody can say you haven't.
The only person in world football that I have ever called world class after one season was Mo Salah in that first season for Liverpool, where he got about 44 goals and 12 assists. That's the only player in world football I said that is world class after one season.
I don't mind people saying we have to wait, but Omar Dizzy, first time on the channel, welcome. I need to know, what do you think about this title race? Man City, Arsenal, you're a Manchester United fan. Am I wrong to think that you're rooting for Arsenal over Man City in this situation?
No, you're very wrong. You're completely wrong. I hate Arsenal. I'm not rooting for Arsenal. There will never come a day I'll root for Arsenal. This won't happen. I don't care who the title race is against. It won't happen. I want City to win it. I don't think they will. I don't think they will. I think Arsenal have been consistent enough and have been good enough to for me to not for me to say otherwise would be nothing less than hope. Because up until now, we've seen nothing to suggest that Arsenal will fall off. So I got them winning it. But there is no way in God's green earth that I'm rooting for Arsenal to win anything. Never happening.
No, but you would rather them get a 3-peat over Arsenal winning 1.
I'll walk the league to them.
Wow.
They ain't got a CL though. That's the thing. Oh my digi, they ain't got a
Wow.
CL. Unlike obviously your United side and our Liverpool side, they haven't got a CL within that 3-peat, have they? So it does City at this moment.
I don't
So
think
it
they
does
win
add
the
a bit of
Champions
weight.
League, though. I don't think
Wow.
they win the Champions League.
Ram, what about you? What are you saying? Would you rather City win it?
The only reason why I want City win it because I don't really care if they win it. No offense, Hamza. I don't really care. I'm sorry.
What about the Chelsea fans? Would you rather City win it? Of course they would.
All day, man. 100%. I don't want to see my London rivals to win a league. Are you mad? No.
Okay. People in the chat, somebody show some love to Arsenal that are not Arsenal fans. Do you guys, anyone that's not an Arsenal fan want Arsenal to win it? Anyways, Hamza, you're in the building. Arsenal, 8 points clear. Are you scared? Are you worried? Are you got to chase us? You have no room for error. How you feeling, bro?
I'm feeling good. I predicted it. I said, listen, March is your honeymoon period, and then that's it. You're done. Your honeymoon period has ended now. Now your misery starts. Yeah, April, pressure. When you put pressure on Arsenal, they can't deliver. Look at that game in Europa League. Europa League it just showed when Arsenal fans were talking about we can do it in the Champions League. They can't do it in Europa League. They're calling players like Saka world class. He can't do it in Europa League. How can you be world class when players like Zidane, Figo, Ronaldo, Haaland, these guys will use the word world class on them? I'm not using a Saka. No chance. The only player Man City has world class is KDB. I refuse to
That
add
sounds
anyone
ridiculous
else.
when you say it like
No,
that. It does sound
I refuse to use any at that world class, even in any Man City player. Only KDB is world class.
Not
Only
Rodri.
KDB. Yeah, no chance. No chance.
Really?
No chance. I have high standards. I'm sorry, I have very high standards. Yeah, I do. Because I use those words on Maldini, Zidane. I don't care. I have principles. You have to be at the top level. Saka's a very good player. Doesn't mean that he's not. But world class is that level that these guys are on the top level. Big games, Champions League games, big Real Madrid. I need
What
to
about
see Saka
Haaland?
going
No,
in.
but guys, he has high
Haaland.
standards. He has high standards, but
That's
he
my
thinks.
standard. My standard.
One
But Hamza,
second.
what about
But you
Haaland?
also think Kevin De Bruyne
Haaland,
is on the same level as Zidane.
No
So
chance.
what
Not
are we
Haaland.
saying?
No, even Haaland. No chance.
No.
He's capable of getting world class, but no
Haaland's
chance.
not world class.
No chance. Not now. You have to be consistent at that top level.
He's been doing it
He's
for 3
been
years.
consistent, my guy.
No, he was doing a Dortmund. No,
he's turned up in the big games a lot for Dortmund.
I know, but
Okay,
he's
guys.
still
Hamza, you're playing the low
Haaland
card.
is not world class. What are we talking about?
No,
like
Haaland's
Anai,
world class.
Zidane,
You lost me now.
Figo, Maldini, Nesta, Cannavaro, Romario.
One second.
Ronaldinho.
One second.
Hamza playing the humble
Hamza.
card. Hamza playing the humble
Hamza.
card. I get you.
Haaland is your player, and what he's doing this season is on the level of what R9 was doing when
No,
he was
he
younger.
played world class
He's doing
level.
better than what Suarez was doing. He was doing better than what Ibrahimovic
Yeah,
was doing.
he's playing at
doing
world class
better-
level, but he's
doing
not world class.
better than what Messi
Yeah,
and Ronaldo
that's
were
why
doing.
exactly I'm saying about Saka. He's playing in his form.
You can play at that elite level,
That's why
but
I'm
you're
saying
not
about
world
Saka.
class.
His form is a world class
Yeah,
form.
consistency
doing
is
in the
what
Premier
makes
League.
you
Yeah,
world
he's
class
done-
player.
Nostalgia's killing my people, bro. You can't compare every player to Hall of
Consistency,
Famer.
yeah. I need to
Man,
see
you know
Saka. I need to see Saka in Champions League like for 4-5 seasons. Yeah. Top level, banging it, going to Real Madrid, getting it, Bayern Munich, banging it, knocking out Bayern. That's what I need to see. That's world class level.
One second.
That money can't buy
Is
that.
Haaland the
That's-
best player in the world?
Haaland.
Who?
No.
No, you've told me he's
You
better
said
than
what?
Mbappe.
No.
Haaland
I
is
compare him to the level of Mbappe.
No.
Yeah,
Mm.
I compare it to the top level of Mbappe. But I believe Mbappe is because of the World Cup. That World Cup that he did it himself that 4 years ago. Yeah, him.
No.
and he-
Just what? Hamza.
Last of the World Cup.
Hamza, one second.
Final in
Bro.
2022.
No. Listen.
Honestly, guys, the
Haaland
Arsenal
is no world class.
done.
Come on, man.
He said something
What are you
crazy. We
talking
have to
about,
go
man?
on to Man City.
Yeah.
No,
Stop.
but-
Stop. Haaland is
No.
he's
Mbappe-
cooking, my God.
Mbappe.
Haaland is doing it. He's one of the top scorers in the Champions League before he come to Manchester City.
I know, but he's playing at world class level, yeah. But I need to see Haaland, for 1 or 2 more seasons. Oh, you have to do it at that top level World Cup. Mbappe, although I think Haaland, I'll rate it highly than Mbappe now because of goal scoring to rep my guy, yeah. But that World Cup makes Mbappe get away. That 28.
Yeah, but it's not fair, isn't it? Mbappe played for France, and that guy played for whatever team he plays for.
I mean, Hamza, look at 2022,
yeah.
bro.
But
That's like Mo Salah played for Egypt, isn't it?
Yeah,
he has Odegaard, who's like one of the best.
Haaland is doing at the best league in the world. That's why I will rate him like this year, like him and Mbappe. I'm taking Haaland, yeah. But Haaland too, you have to be consistent, like for 2-3 years at top level.
Okay, yo.
So Bayern Munich game will decide me. Bayern Munich, I need to see Haaland at that game. Those are the games.
There's a debate in the chat. There's a debate in the chat. Who here believes Haaland is better than Mbappe? Put your hand up.
You hear
anyone here think Haaland is better than Mbappe?
No. I think it's not fair comparison. That listen,
agreed.
No, it's not fair comparison. I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
Because both have a different attribute, and I tell you something. Wait, one second. They're both two different players. I don't believe Mbappe is a number 9. Haaland is, right? So I think it's two different players, and both is a world class. Contribute, and both young. And I think the future, is bright for them. For Hamza to say, this is the first time I speak to Hamza, by the way. To say he's not world class Haaland, and he's doing it in the Premier League, and he was doing it in the Champions League, I think it does odd for me. I think Haaland is just is one of the best in the business, my guy. If he's not the best in the business.
Yeah, Hamza, I'm surprised you're saying this, man. I've seen what you do on the Twitter. I've seen what you do on a little bit of a TikTok.
This is very off-brand. Very off-brand.
Hamza, I find the humble part.
No, 1 second. Listen, Rams, I rate my guy. I'm fighting wolves.
It's humble, man. It's humble.
Yo, guys, by the way, Haaland just scored another hat trick on the weekend versus Burnley. They won 6-0 versus Burnley. They're through to the next round. The man has more hat tricks this season than most legends have in their career. This season alone, he has 6.
I swear he's on par
the
with
Burnley
Aguero
of Vincent Company, coached by Vincent Company, by the way.
I swear he's on par with Aguero with most hat tricks for Manchester City in the history of Manchester City.
Bro, what do you mean? He's already surpassed Ronaldo with most hat tricks in the Premier League.
Bro, barring injury, Haaland is a once in a generation player.
He's a generational talent. He's a generational talent.
And I think that alone, if you can keep that consistently running, that alone makes him world class. I think the numbers that he had at RB Salzburg, and then at Dortmund, the fact that he's doing the exact same thing in the Premier League means that those numbers are fake numbers. That's just who he is. It doesn't matter who's in front of him. That's just what he does. And you can't, Haaland's a monster, man. I wanted to
let's just put it into perspective. Obviously, he's going to break records. This season, he's going to break Mo Salah's record. We understand that.
Facts. He's already done it almost.
Next season will define him. If he has a similar season to what he has, and obviously in the other clubs, then people will say, stuff like that. If he goes and has a dip and gets nowhere near that without injuries or anything like that, or has a thing in the form, then you can say, okay, maybe it was him peaking or stuff like that. But I think you have to wait till next season to define him as Hamza. I think is playing the whole because let's be honest. If you look at, I think I saw a stat that Haaland has pretty much Man City with Haaland, although he's banging all his goals, has scored the same amount that they had last season. So he's getting more of the goals than the team compared to last season where the team was getting it and it was spread out more thingy. So he's not. They're not over scoring 20, 30 more goals or further on than what they are because they would have walked the league. But what I'm saying is he's doing what the team isn't doing this season. I think it's because more of a focal point. But I think next season, if he does what he does and keeps to the same level, then you just got to take your hands and go he's probably world class. Well, we know he's playing at world class level.
Alan? I just want to say shout out to the chat because they're literally guiding us on where to go and we're moving smooth today. The transition is beautiful. Like Pep Barca, we're just moving everything. Right now, I need you guys to vote. Manchester United, Chelsea, or no Jude for Liverpool in the chat. Which topic do you guys want to discuss next? But before we finish off on Man City, guys, are Man City the favorites to win the FA Cup, or is it Manchester United? Because at this moment in time, both teams are going to the semis. Do you guys know who you're playing yet in the next round?
Yeah.
Who?
We play
I
Brighton.
think City played Sheffield
United,
United,
isn't
isn't it? I
Yeah,
think
they
Sheffield
play
United.
Sheffield. We play Brighton.
Bro,
Okay,
Brighton are
so-
gonna win
man.
the FA Cup.
So with the crazy game that you guys just had and the crazy game they had, who are we saying is the favorite, guys? Because I'm not gonna lie, I think Man City once again are the favorites.
City.
Brighton,
These guys.
Brighton will win the FA Cup.
Oh, and also
Hey.
and with Arsenal being out of the Europa League and Man City still being in the FA Cup and in the Champions League, their fixture congestion could be the difference between Arsenal.
They go.
Man
You know the funny
City.
thing is, yeah. Let me tell you funny thing.
Yeah, Hamza, you're in big trouble in April.
No, 1 second. I tell you.
Bayern, FA
No,
Cup,
I
Premier
know.
League. You're facing us.
Listen.
Woo!
Listen,
Hamza, don't
listen.
take that, bro. Don't take that.
UCL, yeah, UEFA, Wallahi Euros, yeah, they've screwed me up. They've screwed us up. They played these bum teams, AC Milan, Inter, which I don't respect, Benfica. How can you put all of those three losers in one side?
Yeah, I agree with that, man. To be fair,
That is
that's
true.
losers, man.
That's
I
a
agree
joke.
with that.
That's a joke. That's a
Hamza,
joke.
they gave you the easy draw a couple years ago,
No, bro. There has to be a rule.
and you still lost in the
Listen,
final to Chelsea.
Listen. The favorite in the Champions League currently and UEFA ranking is me, then Bayern, then Real Madrid. How can we 1, 2, 3 be in the same pot that side?
Wait a minute. Is this a City fan complaining about difficult draws? Is this what
No,
we're
we've
listening
knocked
to?
out PSG. We've played Real Madrid. We're talking about easy draw. We played Real Madrid home and away
I
twice.
said-
No, but
This is
Hamza,
I
I'll
said
tell
I
you
knocked
this.
out Real Madrid one time.
I'll tell you
there's
this.
The thing is, yeah, because I've knocked out teams, people think that I always have easy draw. I played PSG one time. I knocked them. I've knocked out Real Madrid. Last year, again, I had a tough group. Then I went and played Real Madrid again after playing Sporting Lisbon. The Arsenal sweated like a dog, and they had a better team, and they were top of the league. This time they were fourth. Arsenal couldn't even touch them. Yeah, I beat them 5-0. 5-0, easy. Ask Arsenal fans about Sporting Lisbon. You talk about easy draw. Me, I was screwed up for this Champions League. No doubt about this draw. Yeah, I wanted the Inter and the AC, but
Of
I looked
course,
at it
that's what you
before.
usually
I want
do.
to
before the-
internet
Yeah,
as
but-
well.
No. I'll accept it. Listen, I'll accept it because if I win it, I'll be remembered in history. But listen, I remember before the draw, it was Bayern Munich, then it was Brighton. It was Bayern Munich away Wednesday, Brighton away, and then Arsenal home. I sweated like a dog. Thank God we drew Sheffield Wednesday. Brighton got removed now. Now I play Bayern Munich. Little rest. Here go. I'm gonna play the two Sheffield United players are my players. They're not gonna play. I'm playing youngsters.
Yeah,
I'm
they
gonna
can't
beat
play.
them, yeah. Then I'm coming for you. So next two, I've got a week break. I don't count that Sheffield United. I'm gonna beat Sheffield United, whether they like it or not.
No, but
I'm
Hamza.
not playing Brighton
No,
away.
but Hamza, no, listen.
When
I'm
you
not
say
having. No, I
you
can't.
say
I can't see this right. I'm the exact opposite. I feel this fixture congestion is going to help Man City. You know,
Yes.
that winning mentality. And one thing City know how to
He's a
do,
guy
and
that's
Phoenix
crazy,
and
not
Liverpool
happy now.
did last season. Once they have fixtures, they keep on winning and winning and winning and winning. I just see W's. I just see W's everywhere. We had that last season. We had such a congested amount of fixtures, and then all I saw was W. I'm going to see the same thing with City. It's going to help them. Igal, I'm telling you, you said it on the terrace. It's all about rhythm. And bro, once they get that W rhythm,
Oh yeah, you did say
they're
that.
going to be vibing.
No,
man.
I
They're gonna be
agree.
vibing.
I agree that it can also be a thing where it helps you out with consistency and the fact that they don't change their lineup too much. But guess what? The lineup, the team, and the actual games that they're playing, it is going to come thick and fast. And at the end of the day, I'm not saying it's a blessing that we're out of the Europa League, but we won't have to deal with it as much because everyone keeps telling me we don't have the squad to compete in both competitions. And maybe that's the reality at this moment in time. Maybe we don't have the squad to compete on both fronts. That might be the reality. We need to improve to get to that level where we can rotate and still have quality off the bench. Right now we have Rob Holding coming off the bench to come in for Saliba. That's not good enough. Right now midfield we have Jorginho coming off for Partey. That's decent. But when it comes to next season, we'll have Declan Rice. We'll have some other options in the attack Hopefully we can improve there. But Man City, their squad is weaker than last season. Their defense is weaker than last season. Their team overall, the main difference is they have a guy who's hungry in Haaland. And for you, Hamza, to be complaining about the UCL draw, it's hypocritical, because you always say that you don't care who you're going to draw. You don't care who you face. You're going to just come in there, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, slap them up and leave. So now you're changing.
No, but we wanted more of like, people want Man City, Real Madrid in the final, or Man City, Bayern. People want to see the big boys in the final. I'll beat Bayern. 100% I'm beating Bayern.
I think City will be by Munich. I do believe City will be by Munich.
I'm beating Bayern. I'm beating
I do
Bayern.
that.
I'm not taking those jokes here. Because they've got the league who's dodgy. Yeah, I'm beating Bayern. Yeah,
Hamza, do you know?
They've got a Stoke striker.
Let him bury himself, guys.
No, one second. They have a player who used to play for Stoke, a Stoke reject. What's his name? Who's that guy?
Promoting. Big up promoting, man.
That is good. I'm getting Choupo-Moting. I'm looking forward to this.
No, but Hamza,
yeah, I don't care. If I beat Bayern, let me tell you, I have to revenge. I've got 2 revenge. I was speaking to a Real Madrid fan. He was, last night he said, I don't want Man City. I said, why? He goes, they've got the hunger to beat me what I did to them last season. Wallah, it's true. We are so angry, I need to release on Real Madrid. And Chelsea, if it's Chelsea, I have to revenge that final.
Hamza, I agree with this comment 100%. Mateo
There's no way I'm losing that.
City are finishing the season only with the FA Cup. Mark my words. If you finish the season only with the FA Cup, wallahi, you're getting roasted.
One thing I disagree with.
Premier League, I said when, because I'm giving you guys a spoiler. We're winning this league. When we win this Premier League, you are going to be crying on every space, every stream. Big up Hamza. But yo, guys, we gotta move on. We spent too much time on Man City, Arsenal, and Tottenham. The next thing, people still don't want to talk about Man United or Chelsea. They want to talk about Jude not joining Liverpool. Guys, what happened? I thought Jude was joining Liverpool. Him and Henderson were kissing after he scored the goal. I told Hussam, love to you, bro, but you can't be guaranteeing any transfers this early. It's nowhere near close to transfer season. You cannot guarantee anything. I've seen it before where transfers were done. The player was joining a club and then they go to Chelsea or they go to Man United or they go to Man City, from Man City to Chelsea. These things happen. Don't put your eggs in one basket. Guess what happens? A lot of Liverpool fans, a lot of Liverpool people put their eggs in the Jude Bellingham basket. And now we've had the rumors come out from David Ornstein saying that it is potentially possible that they're going to miss out on Jude Bellingham. No Jude Bellingham in the summer, potentially. This is not guaranteed, but at this moment in time, it looks like you're most likely going to miss out on Jude Bellingham. And I think he's going to end up at Real Madrid. But what are you saying, bro? No Jude Bellingham to Liverpool.
It's a weird one, because everyone knows Liverpool's dealings in the transfer window. We like to keep our powder dry, anything away. I've had the access to read the article, and it doesn't categorically say that we're not going for Bellingham. But my personal view, I kind of want David Ornstein's words to be true. I don't want to go for Bellingham. Personally, for me as a Liverpool fan, I don't want Bellingham at this moment in time. I think Bellingham is more of a case of a bit like Alisson and Van Dijk. He's the last piece to an almost complete puzzle. This Liverpool team, we're not complete, nowhere near complete. We're about a year and a bit away from being complete if we sign 4 players per window, per summer transfer window. I've said this before. With that money we're going to pay for Jude, we could pay it for so many other players that could be just as worth it, in my opinion. Someone like a Antonio Conte. Look, I want to play a game. Egal, if you don't mind me, I want to play a game. I want to play Ram DOF for Liverpool Football Club just for this moment. Yeah, just.
Go ahead.
With the Bellingham money, 120 mil, Liverpool should be going out to get 2 midfielders, 1 backup right back, and a forward, and a centre back. That's what we need. That's what we need at this moment. But we can't get that all in one window.
Okay.
If I was DOF, I would sign 2 of these 3 players: Thuram, Kone, or Fofana, Yusuf Fofana, for a place for Monaco. As a backup right back, I would get Kyle Walker-Peters or Tino Livramento from Southampton. Up front, I would have Moussa Diaby from Bayer Leverkusen, and at centre back, either Vardio or Antonio Silva from Benfica. All those players cumulatively will cost around about 125 to 150 million pounds, which is how much we would have to pay for Jude Bellingham. I give these signings to you guys. Do you think next season Liverpool will be challenging for top 4, or even possibly challenging for the Premier League or
Top
even
4
Champions
years.
League?
Top 4 years league now.
Okay.
I think Liverpool's window of competing for league titles is over. They just don't have enough quality at this point.
Yeah.
Does
Over.
everyone agree?
Fully, completely.
I think
No,
Liverpool's
I think Liverpool 2 years behind.
your
I
window
think
of
they need-
opportunity with your squad has you've reached your peak and now you're on your decline.
So when do you think we will be back? Because I think given two
in order
decent
to be
windows,
back,
I think we could be.
In order to be back, you need a defensive midfielder, you need an attacking midfielder, you need another central midfielder, you need 3 midfielders.
We don't play an attacking midfielder, bro. So take that out.
No. Maybe not an attacking midfielder, but another box-to-box player. So you need 3 midfielders, and then you also need to go by more defensive depth. In addition, and then from there, you need to also change club tactics completely because it's not working.
And what are you gonna do with Trent? You gotta figure that out because he can't.
Yeah, because Trent is a liability this season.
So you're gonna have to.
Unless we have the right players to do the Henderson role, apparently.
Yeah, we got Mateos coming in with another super chat. Big up my guy Mateo saying Liverpool fans are getting comfortable because only Jude will get to see going. Hey Jude, the music by the Beatles. Yo, I'm not gonna lie to you. I think the fact is, Mateos, Liverpool fans were expecting Jude to join them, and the fact that he's not going to be joining them, guys, they're kind of shocked because this was every year. How many times have you guys heard this, guys? Next year we're gonna buy him. Next year we're gonna get him. Next year we're gonna get him. And now
it was Project Mbappe.
The only bad thing about this is just that we're just gonna get bantered. Yeah. That's it. As an actual
it's a good signing for you guys, man.
Huh?
I said it. I think Liverpool will be the main threat to Man City, and if Chelsea sack their manager, those are the 2 teams I'm scared most about next season. I think.
What? The disrespect.
What? No, I'm telling you now. I'm
Man United and Arsenal. What are you talking about?
Okay.
I didn't.
What have you done, bro?
Let me just say, as a City fan, I'm telling you now, experience. I called that Arsenal will do well this season.
You're chatting shit, right? I'm sorry, my brother.
I'm telling you. Listen, if Klopp gets his players,
come on, man, give the guy a chance.
If Klopp gets his players, if he gets his players, City are in danger, and that's why City are rebuilding. We have to rebuild because Liverpool are rebuilding. Because I can't wait for them to rebuild, and then when I'm rebuilding, everyone's better because I'm gonna fall off the top below 5th. So City have decided this summer is a rebuild because everyone's rebuilding, and for me, I need them not to get Jude Bellingham. I 100% believe that because Jude Bellingham, I believe, is class. Jude Bellingham he's a fighter. Did you see him the weekend?
Well, he didn't say that about Saka. Wait, he did Hamza. I love you, bro, but he didn't say that about Saka, though. I mean, he said class and stuff.
He's different. I tell you what.
He's different now. Okay.
I don't rate like so many like English players a lot because I've been disappointed.
Wait, did you say Jude's world class?
But Jude Bellingham.
But Haaland is not.
Gives me.
He's world
class. Haaland is not.
Is Jude Bellingham world class?
Jude Bellingham, no, he's not world class. Jude Bellingham gives me this hunger and desire, the Steven Gerrard, the fighter, and this is why when this news broke, I'm so happy. I need to get Jude Bellingham.
Stop, no, Hamza, stop. I need to stop.
If you do get Jude Bellingham, you're rebuild. Your rebuild
please, 1 second. Everyone stop. Everyone stop. Everyone
Listen.
stop. Everyone stop. He said something that needs to go to court. Everybody in the chat. Do you guys believe that you should be more afraid of Liverpool rebuilding than Arsenal and Man United next season? What are you saying, Alan? Who are you more afraid of? Arsenal, Man United, or Liverpool's rebuild next season?
Well, no, he also included Chelsea. Now, I think you have to be more fearful of Chelsea, if I'm being honest. I think they will click next season. But I'd say Arsenal, Man United over Liverpool as well. So I think he's got that round the wrong way a bit.
What you saying, Omar Dizzy? Arsenal, Man United, or Liverpool, Chelsea? Who you more afraid of in the future?
Bro, I think yes. Other than hope, I think it's crazy. I think United with Ten Hag, with the system of play that he looks like he's trying to put in place, with Qatari owners. Come on, G, what are we talking about?
There you
With
go.
Arsenal, you're talking about they just come off the back of winning a Premier League. I think obviously it's going to be difficult for them to be due back to back, so that their challenge next year might be a little worse. But again, you can't rule them out just out of hope. You know what I mean? You're talking crazy, G.
Rack, what you saying? Even as a Liverpool fan, you have to be honest. Arsenal, Man United, or Chelsea, Liverpool? Who you more afraid of next season?
Depends on the transfer window. It really does. Because if we end up going and getting Bellingham and Thuram and probably even like a Vardy or a Silva or Peters, it changes a lot. The whole thing changes.
How much? Sorry, side note. How much would that summer cost?
200.
Just said
Don't ask me that.
And does FSG have a
Club
precedent
record.
of spending that
Fatur,
amount
what
of
you
money?
saying? Chelsea, Liverpool, or Arsenal, Man United? Who scares you more next season?
I think Man United for me, just because if they win the other 2 trophies this season, and if they get a striker next season, I think they're the one that they're going to be competing for the league next season. With Chelsea, I just think we need to get a DM and also some sorting out the striker that we've had now.
Newcastle's in the mix. I don't know
Chelsea,
about that.
Chelsea will spend. Chelsea will spend.
What are you saying, Qasim? You're the final one on this.
United and Newcastle, my guy. United and Newcastle. They got Arab owners, money. And United, listen, United got 2-3 players away from winning, challenging. You got top manager.
Money.
You got top manager.
Yeah. Man said money, Newcastle. Oh my God.
Money coming, Newcastle and United to watch out for. Listen, I need to tell Ram, bro. Liverpool is about 2-3 seasons away from challenging now, because it's not just a player you needed. I think your players you got is aging as well.
That is wild.
Right? I think Matip is done for me. Gomez is not good enough. We don't know about Van Dijk because there's a rumor about his knee.
Konate, Van Dijk.
Yeah, Fabinho is.
So are you saying Liverpool's finished?
I read Fabinho, but I think you would tell me about if he's done or not. I think no on the front. Is he the same as Mane? I don't think so. Salah is a decent player, but he can do it on himself. I think that another lad from Wolves as well. What's his name? I forgot his name.
Matthew Nunes.
1 second, Qasim. I need to get clarification. Are you saying Liverpool are finished?
I wouldn't say he's finished. I think they're 2-3 seasons away, 102%.
Okay.
I said 2.
Before mistake,
2-3 seasons away.
I tell you one thing. I saw Klopp taking a damn bad team to Europa League, and I warned people. I said, this guy's a dangerous man. If Klopp gets Ugarte, yeah.
Oh no, we know Klopp is a top world class. Yeah, we know that.
Listen, Ugarte, yeah, fantastic sporting Lisbon here. He gets, let's say for example, Caicedo, and he gets Bellingham. He gets Bellingham. They got Thiago Alcantara still there.
You guys don't know. The guy was tackling everyone head first. Woo!
That's his role, bro. That's his role. That's what he does.
Luis Diaz hasn't played. Luis Diaz is the danger man.
He's injured, isn't he?
Yeah. They haven't. If Liverpool had 3 midfield, and I believe they're gonna get if they get Bellingham plus another 2 midfielder, Liverpool back. Listen.
Yo, can I tell you guys?
I'll say this.
Yeah, but Hamza, everybody else again is stronger though. I mean, Newcastle will come stronger. United will come stronger. Chelsea, listen, Chelsea's got to get jobs in their hand, bro. And I know Chelsea community don't like it, bro, because Qasim is the man in the moment and it's like everybody else, according to everyone. Chelsea's got way miles behind, my guy. We need a new manager. We need a new manager, a few players here and there. No, I think United is not far off. I think they've got 3 signing away. I think Newcastle could be dangerous in future, and City's there. Man, City. Arsenal as well. It depends on Arsenal how much they're going to spend.
Just 1 second, we're going to move on. Yeah? Before we do that, let's do a quick case study on Fabinho. This was him at 18 at Real Madrid. This was him at 24 at Monaco, right? Real Madrid 18. This is him at 18. and this is him right now. Are we saying the guy has to be fake age? Am I joking? Like
He's
there's
age, man.
there's no way he's declining this bad, bro. Let's be real.
The thing is, Fabinho's best. Fabinho was never quick. He was never quick in the first place. His intelligence and game reading has been top notch. That's why he's been so good for us. He just hasn't
how
been
do you
doing
fall off so bad?
His injuries though, egal. His injured all the time, man.
Because we haven't rotated him properly. Last season, I was
Klopp's
calling for
system.
Henderson to rotate with Fabinho, but he didn't do it. I don't know why Klopp. This is one problem. Klopp never rotates his players, and it leads to so much burnout with players like this. But Matip is a different case. Matip had a really good season last season, but this season is the kind of the norm of Matip kind of thing. But there's a quick thing on the Bellingham, yeah. I mentioned Hamza, mentioned Gerrard, and a lot of Liverpool fans want to run with this, yeah. I want to put this out there. Bellingham is nothing like Steven Gerrard. Let's be clear. He is nothing like Steven Gerrard. He doesn't play like Steven Gerrard. He doesn't have that the technical ability of a Steven Gerrard.
He doesn't
Right? Can we put this to bed? Was that coming from a team that don't win
Doesn't
nothing?
slip. Doesn't slip.
Who compared him to Steven Gerrard?
Liverpool fans do this egal, bruv. Because of the whole Gerrard's my idol. They compare him to Steven Gerrard, which is
I've seen Liverpool fans compare Caicedo to friggin' what do you call it? What's that guy? The guy who went to Chelsea, the midfielder, not Makelele, but the other DM.
Essien.
I forget it. Anyways, forget about
Obi Mikel.
Yeah, they're like, yo, this guy's gonna be our version of the guy who just.
Liverpool fans are sick. They need help. This is the problem with Liverpool fans. They have this. They do this. Liverpool fans do this thing where they take really good players and they try to slide them into comparisons and conversations that they have no business being in. Virgil van Dijk should have been put in conversations with the John Terrys and the Rio Ferdinands and that. Let's be honest. You see what I'm saying? The Trent Alexander-Arnold should have never been put in the conversations with some of the men that he was being put in conversations.
Only one player I would say there's always in a conversation.
Bro, guys compared him to
Cafu. My boy, Alisson. That's it. Alisson.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Guys compared Trent to Cafu a year ago.
This is what I'm saying.
Because this is the thing, right? Liverpool fans want to run off thing. Cafu mentioned Trent's name, and Liverpool fans are like, "Yo, he's just as good as Cafu, bro."
Yo, bro,
can we remember that Cafu
Ronaldo, R9 and Ronaldo mentioned every Brazilian player, bro. They mentioned Richarlison. You think Richarlison's gonna start comparing himself to R9?
R9 when we bought Gabriel Jesus in Brazil, they called him the next R9. I'll never forget it. I run with that, man.
Nah, but Jesus was highly touted when he came from.
And you know what, guys? We're running out of time. We've gone way over time today. The vote has been made. They want Manchester United last today for some reason, Omar Dizzy. My bad.
Isn't Chelsea's it funny when United win, nobody wants to talk about them?
It's true, you know. Chelsea drew 2-2. And I'm not going to lie to you guys. I watched the game in and out. I seen Havertz. I seen what's his name? Things goal. What's his name? Felix goal. And then the rest of the game I didn't see. But what happened? Tell me, Fator. How was the Chelsea game?
It was a collapse of concentration right at the end. Terrible defending by Koulibaly, but yeah, again, the subs were absolute dog shit. He took off Felix for Gallagher at 61st minute for some reason, and all of a sudden, like, we looked literally lackluster the last 10 minutes. It was shit. It was shit second half. First half, literally, it was completely boring to watch. Second half, it was just like, okay, Everton just sat back. They literally wait at the right time. They got that equalizing goal in it. So yeah, and apparently this is the same person calling that Thiago Silva is the problem. But okay, so carry on.
Is that a shot at Qasim? Qasim, what are you gonna say there?
Well, I can't see. Read it for me.
No. Fatur just said Thiago Silva is not the problem.
Listen, I hear every stream now. Listen, man, like, come on now.
We can do this all day if you want, though, because I feel like if you look at the last season, we've had the best defensive stats though under Tuchel with Thiago Silva at the back, but all of a sudden, like this season, even without Thiago Silva, we still look shit.
Well, when I made the point about Thiago Silva, guys, is just going forward to the challenge. So I just don't want to speak about it again. I try to make the point every time, and people not getting it. So I'm gonna move on. Let me talk about the game. Listen, you asked me last stream, Miguel, is Chelsea's back? What did I say to you?
No.
So that's the reality. I said I'm a realist. Chelsea's not good enough. I think Chelsea maybe 2-3 years behind challenging because
2-3 years.
I don't think we've got the right manager.
You can't say
Yeah, I
that
think
with
with the
600
team.
million
I'm
spent.
going to tell you guys something.
Okay.
I know somebody who works at Chelsea, and he told me, Todd Bowley and Roman, he's like Chelsea as a Chelsea supporter himself and somebody who works there, he knows the atmosphere at Chelsea. Is not the same. Before, people were worried for their jobs. People Marina would come into a room. People would come into a room. People would go quiet. Now he's like, people are laughing, joking around. The atmosphere is a lot more playful and less serious.
No. I've been coming to the Chelsea games most of the season. Chelsea playing confident at the moment. Last 3 games, we win 3 games in a row. Ever since we beat Dortmund. And what was the foundation again? Oh yeah, what happened to Thiago Silva? Look what happened with Badiashile last 3 games. It's been good. Now look what happened when Koulibaly's play. He's a liability. You know what? Because his build-up play is really slow from the back. That's why I just don't get this kind of nonsense like, oh, Thiago Silva is holding us back.
It doesn't
make any sense. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Because this starts to piss me off about it, yeah? Because we play as a back 3, but all you keep saying that, because his ball progression is really slow. It's like, bruv, I'm literally starting to lose my mind over here because, like, you said yesterday as well, like, apparently because he's too old right now, that's why he can't play the ball.
Right, are you gonna let me talk? Right, Fatou. I know intent Fatou to speak about the Thiago Silva. I said I'm not gonna have the conversation, right? You were determined to open the conversation. I was willing to be
yesterday. It was rubbish.
I remember this.
My guy. Wait.
It was rubbish. It was rubbish, bro. I've seen it. Yeah, I listened to it yesterday. It was rubbish.
Right, okay. Are you gonna let me talk? Are you gonna let me talk though? Are you gonna let me talk?
Go ahead, Qasim.
Literally, after Dortmund away, you were saying on the terrace like, we playing better without Thiago Silva. That was the absolute nonsense.
But let him cook, bro. Let him cook.
Are you finished?
It was nonsense. You're getting too gassed like, we play better without Thiago Silva.
When did I say that?
Let him cook, bro.
When did I say that?
Let him land.
You did say that.
Right. Okay.
After Dortmund.
All right.
After Dortmund. After we beat Dortmund. Just have a look.
Okay. All right. Listen, I'm trying to behave, Fatou. So I'll let you finish. But please just have the same courtesy and let me talk. Right? Good. Because I wasn't willing to open this conversation. Right? Alex tried it yesterday, and now you're trying it today. No problem. I'm here to answer. Right? I wasn't willing to talk about Thiago Silva. My point about Thiago Silva, guys, and I spoke to Igal about it. Going forward to challenge, right? Thiago Silva is not the man for me. If we're playing 3 in the back, your guy you go to the stream to, right? He said base is not important. When you play 3 in the back, you got to be quick, my guy. I played football, you haven't, right?
We played 2 different formations before against Dortmund first leg.
Listen. All right, let me ask you. If a new manager, because we know Graham Potter haven't got the balls. If a new manager coming in and decided to play 3 in the back, you think he would choose Thiago Silva?
He would, yes.
How? How do you work this out?
He would, 100%, because
right. No.
He would play Thiago Silva at the back. He would.
I'm trying to behave. You're talking nonsense now. I'll tell you why.
Look what happened with Thiago Silva playing alongside Badiashile. Look what happened to him. Last few games.
Let me finish my thought. You wanted me to explain?
You've been finished. It was rubbish. You've been finished so far. I'm just going to sit back here and just going to watch. Go on. Right. Elaborate then.
When Conte came to
because it doesn't make any sense. Since yesterday you speak about it.
Well then.
Can I?
Let me just say one more thing and you can come in, bro. Yeah, 100%. When Conte came to Chelsea 16-17, right? Chelsea were playing back 4. They got hammered against Arsenal 3-0.
Back 3, by the way.
Right. So he switched to back 3. And John Terry, our legend, Conte said, "You're not part of my plan because you're not playing
Don't
the
diss
back."
John Terry like that. No, you didn't. No,
What? So say that again, sorry.
Don't diss John Terry like that, please.
What are you talking about, my guy? What are you talking about? I said,
you
Conte
did-
said to John Terry,
Let's say-
you're not the man for me because you cannot play in the back three.
God, what
And
middle?
Chelsea gone and win the league.
What?
Right? Because John Terry, he can read the game, but he's slow. That's what happened exactly with Thiago Silva, my guy.
Okay,
So
so
you tell me Thiago Silva can play in the back three.
Okay,
Can
so you're saying that his lack of pace forces.
But I said to you, Vato, bro, listen, you said it doesn't make sense to you, and again, I read. You didn't play football, my guy. I did. So I know.
Can I add my little sixpence to it? Yeah?
Go ahead, jump in. So the argument is Thiago Silva is the problem because Chelsea can't compete in the future with Thiago Silva. He's getting old, and they need to get some.
That is rubbish.
From what saying that he's a problem is a mad statement. I don't think he's a problem, but I also agree with.
I never said it's a problem. It's going
No, but
forward.
he agrees
No,
with you,
but
Kasim.
Igal said it. Igal said it. But
Okay.
what Kasim said, as in, we can't moving forward. We can't challenge with Thiago Silva.
Yeah,
I get it. I kind
agree
of
with
get it
that?
because you can't as a team that's trying to progress with players that are around about 22, 23. You don't have any room for any old players. He's not going to be starting for you. You can have him in the squad and be like a mentor for older players, but you cannot expect him to start. You get what I mean? Like I think what's best for Chelsea is that you have him around, let him teach the youngsters like Fofana, Benoit Badiashile, or getting another young centre back, let them learn off Thiago Silva, gain that little bit of experience, and then move forward. Because at the time, Thiago Silva will not be playing football for the next 2 to 3 seasons when the likes of Mudryk, Enzo, Madueke, when they're all they're starting to hit their peaks. They're not.
Okay.
I kind of get where he's coming at.
And you know what, guys? I just want to say this. The only thing I was talking about was the Chelsea in the back room scene. I wasn't really talking about what's happening.
I didn't want to speak about it again because I hear it every stream, my guys. I didn't want to speak about it. I didn't want to speak about it because obviously certain Chelsea fans, and I know who, they just don't like it.
That's all right. I want to hear. That's right. If you want to speak about it.
But I didn't want to speak about it, bro, because you were getting irate, and I will not intend to speak about it, my guy. Right? I don't want to disrespect anyone. You shouting and getting irate, and I will try. I'm an Egalic channel, so I wanted to respect his platform, right? So I'm not intending to speak about it. But you shouting and you're angry doesn't make you right, Everton. It doesn't make you right, mate. Shouting and stuff like that.
No, I'm just saying my case. I'm just saying my case.
Like,
you know what, guys?
Can I just quickly ask the panel?
Since a couple of weeks ago,
one second. Omar, Dizzy, Alan, Hamza, what do you guys think? Do you guys understand saying that Thiago Silva, you need to move on in the future?
Well, really, I'll keep mine short and sweet. You cannot be a problem, but you also might not be the solution moving forward. Those two things can exist at the same time.
Yeah, that's the thing. If these defenders that Chelsea have gotten and spent money on aren't living up to the hype, then Thiago Silva has a job to do in steadying the ship and stopping conceding goals. If they rise up to the challenge and perform, then he's going to be on the bench, isn't he? And he'll be like filling in for injuries or cuts and stuff like that. So yeah, it goes both ways. Simple as.
There you go. And now we're going to move on to Man United for the last segment of the show. Omar, Dizzy, talk to me. And also let me know your take on Bruno, because I keep seeing people saying, get rid of him, keep him, get rid of him. He's our best player. He's our worst player. What the hell's going on at Man United?
Okay. On the game, really quickly. What's it called? We didn't win that game. Fulham lost it. We were comfortably the worst team on the pitch. I think we wouldn't have grounds to complain if it was 2-0. But I don't know what happened. We started creating some chances around the 60th minute or so. And then obviously Sancho has his moment and Fulham fully implode. Within 3 minutes, you got the manager sent off.
Were they robbed?
Huh?
Were they robbed or were they just bad?
No, bro, they imploded. It was a penalty, and the manager lost his head. And then Willian had to be sent off because he defended the goal line with his arm. And then Mitrovic pushed the ref. How that's not a robbery, bro? They lost their head. And from that moment on, it didn't look like any other team was going to win. So we got away with one. We're very grateful that they did implode, because if they didn't, realistically, they were going to win that game and we would have been out of the FA Cup. So it's all good. On Bruno, really quick, I don't understand the hate that this guy gets. Is he erratic? Yes. Does he make mistakes? Yes. Does he make loose passes? Absolutely. But as far as production, he's been our best player, bar none, for the past 2.5 seasons. So I don't understand who would get that would fit the system better and do a better job as far as production goes. I don't see him. I don't know.
So with regards to the Man United game, it was a penalty. When you're that close to the thing, although his knee goes up, his hand's there and all that, it's going to be. I remember Newcastle. Well, it was a bit more blatant. Stephen Taylor for Newcastle
Happened
a couple
for
of years
us
ago
against Bournemouth.
Yeah, it's there, so it's going to be a penalty. So it's going to be a red card. I don't know. Obviously, the manager's got annoyed about it and got sent off. The Mitrovic thing, if he goes, then obviously Bruno Fernandes should have gone for pushing the official in the man against Liverpool, but it didn't happen. Consistency for me is key. You need to be consistent. If one is a red, the others are red. In regards to Bruno Fernandes, I can't deny his ability, but he's just absolutely one of them players that I just can't stand. And it was similar. It seems to be Man United players, because Ander Herrera was a quality player. My God, the whinging of that player of him back, I couldn't stand him. And Bruno
like you just wanted to clamp him, innit? When you're gonna go for a tackle 50 feet, you just
Fernandes. Every time he goes down, he's like to the ref like that, and I'm like, no, just get up on your feet and play, be an adult. But it's just, yeah. At the end of the day, Fulham caused their own problems, and Man United took advantage. It wasn't robbery; it was the heat of the moment. Simple as.
Absolutely.
I have to agree. Like,
I just think the
for me-
officiating it was so bad yesterday. I can't lie. Even after the handball, after that, it's just kind of like took the game on like to United in my opinion. And yeah,
Nah, but
we go back to this. Yeah, we go back to this questioning about officiating a lot. The handball, I think it was soft the way that he sent off.
Nah, Fatur, no, I'm sorry. Mitrovic lost Fulham the game for them. He did. You can't put hands on a referee. Like, who does that? If anyone puts a hand on a referee, like this is what I don't get. You have to like respect.
But it's got that on him, innit, Ram? It's feisty, innit? It's always got that on him, innit?
Yo, everyone
but
here
it's not
agrees.
even like it's like
You would take Paulinho though from Fulham.
I think
that
type of Ram. I think he's that type of player that always level-headed, like hot-headed. Hot-headed.
I don't. Even if you're hot-headed, like at some point you have to respect the referee. I don't care if you don't like him. The decision goes away. He's the referee. He deserves a little bit of respect.
He's an idiot.
And what he did, putting hands on a man, like if someone put hands on you, would you like let anyone? Would you let him go or not do nothing?
You're putting that part up right away. The referee has that power.
Like, you know how it is. The heat of the moment, you'll do.
Is he gone in the Premier League also now? He's banned in the Premier League also?
Apparently, I think to be banned for
they made a statement which said that the traditional 3-game ban for a straight red card is clearly insufficient for the reason why it was given. So it's under review at the moment.
It's 5. It would be 5 because it's like improper conduct to a referee, to official. It will be 5, and it's he lost the game. And I say again, he lost the game for Fulham. If he was still on that pitch, they would still have got something in that game because they had an outlet. When he got sent off along with Willian, they had no attacking outlet. It was only Andreas Pereira, and Pereira was a midfielder.
I'm not gonna lie. If this was a top 6 club player who did this, he would be finished by the FA.
No, the manager would have ended his career. He would have lost it.
If it was Alan, you're making a face.
Guardiola,
if this was any of our clubs, believe it, they'll make an example out of them. So they're definitely going to do that.
I think it'd be the same level. I don't think they'd go just because you play for one of the big 6, your career in England's finished. I think it would be the same thing, like probably just a 5-game ban, and that's correct punishment. You know, obviously with what you did to the ref, you can't do that. If he doesn't get punished for that, then every other player will start pushing a referee, and it will just be ridiculous.
But we have to be. The thing is, I was annoyed in consistency. Bruno did the same thing in the Liverpool game. No way.
I agree.
No, that's a joke. No, but United keep getting away with it. Like I'm pissed. Like every decision at Old Trafford, they get away with it. Like it's like untouchable, and that's the problem with this country. Like I'll tell you now, we have the worst referee in the world. We have the worst referee in the world. Yeah, we have the worst referee in this country. in this country, this referee is like they have part-time jobs somewhere else and they just walk around the street and they grab them to referee. They've got VAR. How does Bruno do that and gets away with it? Because he's
Do
United.
what?
Listen,
But man, come on.
United.
Who
Look
is
at
this guy,
Arsenal.
bro?
1 second. Let me tell Iga.
Yeah, big up Hamza.
Martinelli goal should have been allowed at Old Trafford. Yes or no? Yes or no?
He should have,
Your
yeah.
Martinelli goal. It should have been allowed. Yes.
Yeah.
They disallowed it. My goal, Rashford one. He got again.
Should have been disallowed, yeah.
Exactly.
So-
That's what I'm tired of United.
Okay.
I'm
now
tired
stop
of
talking,
United
stop
getting
talking.
away with it.
Okay, now
Lisandro,
stop talking.
what-
Okay, now
and
stop
the other
talking.
thing, let me just finish this.
No.
And
Let him
Anthony-
finish. Let him finish.
Okay,
And
go on,
Anthony,
finish, please.
Anthony aimed to kick that player,
Okay.
and there was nothing done about that. This is
Right.
why I'm like, where's the referee? Anthony tried to kick him. Are you
Of
serious?
course.
There's no VAR, and
Malicious.
United always get away with it. I'm telling you now.
Always.
And when they
I
have
blame Robertson
Casemiro
for that.
thing,
I
they
blame him.
create a big fuss. Oh my God, how did Casemiro get sent off? Look at that
Right.
tackle. It's a
Right.
leg breaker. Are you
A
serious?
leg
So that's what
breaker.
so that's what I'm saying. I say United get away a lot, and referee in this country, yeah, have to show consistency. And sometimes they should have looked back at Bruno. You're not allowed to push the referee as well. There has to be the same rules. You can't do one
Okay.
rule for the other and then you get away with it.
Right.
That's what we
But
mean.
Omar
I just
Dizzy,
think
if you
United
don't know
get away with it.
Hamza by now, he's running. He's not running an agenda. He
I hate
honestly
United,
believes
but they get away with it.
Bro,
That's
you
why.
can believe it. You can believe it all you want. Don't make it true. It don't mean what you're saying makes sense. You're trying nonsense, bro. You're trying absolute bollocks. That's what it is. That's what it is. Because you can say, oh, look at this 1, 2, 3 examples of when United got a call in their favor. How many do you want me to sit here and go through all the calls that United didn't
Yeah,
get?
tell me this season whether I've had any issues like that. Go on.
Who's talking? Wait, are you talking about City or are we talking about
Oh,
United?
you know,
'Cause
you
said
guys. Okay,
United-
go on.
You said United always get the calls in their favor.
Yeah, like the 7-0, the Bruno pushed the referee. That's a red. I don't care. You're not allowed
Okay.
to touch the referee. That's
It was a
100%.
linesman, but yeah.
There's a
Yeah.
lot
Okay,
of lines,
Anthony-
it's still the same thing.
Anthony kicks. Anthony, let me remind you, Igo. Do you remember Vieira when he did that? Do you remember when he did that to Van
Are we
Nistelrooy?
going back to 2004?
Yeah, bro, let's go back to 2004, man. Let's do that. Let's do
I
that.
remember everything.
Okay.
I remember everything with United. That's why I
Okay,
didn't
now
stop
let me
it.
go. Let me go. So if United always get calls in their favor, explain to me how Christian Eriksen has had a potentially season-ending injury and the guy got a yellow card. Garnacho is out for an extended period of time. The guy didn't get booked.
That was Kyle Walker-Peters. Kyle
Yeah.
Walker-Peters injury.
Big
I think
Yeah.
Kyle Walker-Peters was fine. I didn't see anything.
But he scissored him, clearly injuring
But he
the
got
player
the
who's out
ball.
for now.
He scissored, but he got the ball.
Okay, so Casemiro also got the ball by your definition.
No.
Because his
No.
foot rolled over the ball, so he must have got the ball
Exactly.
first. Then.
It's not because Casemiro deserved a red, yeah, but it's the fact that the foot went towards his shit, and that's a leg breaker. I don't care. I know he did, and I know he didn't mean it, yeah. But because that is a potential serious injury, there's no doubt. If you allow that, yeah, then
Now
you will
explain-
allow injuries in football.
Now explain the
That's what I
difference
say.
between potential serious injuries and players that are seriously injured.
Yeah, the Garnacho one, it was a scissor kick. There was not high foot. There was nothing to do with high foot. But
Is a scissor
Casemiro,
kick not a potentially injured? Well, he's
no, but he got the
seriously
ball.
injured, so
He got the ball. It was in the penalty box. It was in the penalty box. He got the ball. So
I'll
okay,
tell you
if it
what.
wasn't, why didn't you get a penalty?
Just
This
as
is the
a-
problem with
United
United.
I'm not
don't
gonna lie.
always get calls in their favor. That's
I'm
the
not
point
gonna
I'm
lie.
making.
I
Thank you
feel
very
like
much.
this is a whole nother segment for another show. We'll get you guys. We're gonna have to get you guys on for another show. But Hamza, quick! Somebody in the comments said Bruno Guimaraes to come to Manchester City. What are you saying?
Yeah, I'll take him. I'll take him back. But Newcastle are new old brothers, man. Old Classico, man. Listen, we're rivals now on that money issue. I don't never sell
Hamza,
us.
what is this?
They don't
What
need
is
the
this
money,
chat,
man.
bro?
No chance.
What is
There
this
you
chat?
go.
What are you taking,
Chelsea
bro? You
boys,
taking hard,
are you
bro,
guys
man.
still Potter out?
Yeah, 100%.
100%. What about you, Qasim?
Yeah, man.
Potter out, Conte out, Alan forever.
Of course, always.
And do you still think Kane should be sold?
Yeah.
Okay. Omar Dizzy, you gonna pick up another trophy this season?
One more. I'll say yes. I don't think we'll pick up 2 more. I think 1 more.
One more, either FA Cup or Europa League. There you go.
Well, hold on.
And
Sorry, did you say Kane? So I say Son out, not Kane out.
No. I said, do you think you should sell Kane?
Oh, Kane. It depends on if you get the right money for him.
100
But Son, I want Son gone before Kane.
Okay.
Wow.
Ram, do you think you make top 4?
I don't know.
Ram.
I don't
Oh,
know.
damn. We got silent.
He's
then,
got-
innit?
He's like such a environment, man. That's all right.
I don't know.
chest.
If it wasn't Tottenham, I'd categorically say no. But it's Tottenham. And
Listen.
Tottenham's
Hussein in the chat said Cancelo to Man City to Arsenal. Man City will not sell to Arsenal ever again. They're doing an embargo on how they let us buy 2 players in the same window.
Hamza, your club has to take an L for that. That's one of the most dumbest things you've ever done.
They
bro.
disrespected
Why-
Arsenal, and they're now going to get punished by losing the Premier League to Arsenal.
But the reason why we got rid of them is we'll never win a UCL. They've had Zinchenko on the same plan, and I told them they'll never get them the European Cup.
You ain't
Hey,
gonna
guess
win
what?
UCL.
Zinchenko's impact.
That's why I got rid of them. I'm
You
not
would
gonna
rather
get the
have
Champions League
Zinchenko
those
today
guys.
over that Angel guy that you have.
Huh?
You'd rather have Zinchenko over the Angelo guy you signed.
I
By the way,
can-
Man
I
City.
Angelino.
By the way, everybody should know Man City have the worst signing of the season. Has to be what's his name? Calvin Phillips. Flop.
Easy.
No, but
Easy.
I'll play. No,
Richarlison, bro.
1 second. No,
What happened to him?
Richarlison.
What happened to him?
Richarlison
Is he injured?
Richarlison at least plays. Calvin Phillips not fit to play Man
No,
City
but
system.
we see what we
Homegrown
see
player.
that.
Fully, bro, Calvin Phillips more out of shape than me right now.
No, but we see that with Pep signing, they always don't do well. Look at Grealish last year. Now Grealish.
Bro, is he a
Look
flop?
at Rodri first season.
Is he a
Look at
flop?
Rodri. Give him
Is he a flop?
for City. You're
I
allowed to
always
get
say,
away.
I always say he's a flop. He hardly played.
Is
Yeah,
Calvin
they play.
Phillips a flop or a letdown?
He's had shoulder surgery, and the guy was out for 3-4 months.
Pep said he's not fit enough to play.
Listen, he needs until next season. We're not gonna judge him. City players, you don't judge a player.
Nah,
for one.
Hamza, just say homegrown quota. It's just to fulfill the homegrown quota. That's it.
No, I'll judge him
It's fair.
next
It's
season.
fair.
Next season.
It's fair to say
Like
what
we
it
go.
is. It's fair.
You know what, guys? We're gonna wrap it up there. Big up everyone. You guys have yourselves a wonderful day. This has been an amazing stream. Love to be back, and hopefully we'll be back before the next set of Premier League games. So we're not going to do much during the international break. Maybe do a top 10 show, do a rating show, or a Premier League rating show. Get something to get to speak to you guys about. But have a good one, Omar Dizzy. Great to have you on. Hopefully have you on in the future. Ram jumping on, not having chest this season. Love to see it.
All
Alan
right,
in
bro.
the
If we sign players next summer and they're good players, bro, I'm back to being
We'll be
annoying.
good.
Man.
There you go. Qasim and Fatur, big up, guys. Honestly, heated exchanges always happen in football, but at the end of the day, it's just football. We all love the sport. And you guys have yourselves a wonderful day, people in chat. We're out of here. Peace.